Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. We recently did the top 10 best penalty kill percentage, and now we're here to talk about the top 10 best power play percentage.
Yeah.
And you're going to see some teams in both of these lists. If you haven't watched the other video, go watch that first and come back and watch this one. But the reason we're doing this is, like we said in the last video, anyone can go look up statistics and come to their own conclusions. But we thought we'd do it with the help of a few viewers who sent us this data. You say data or data?
I say data lately, but...
Lately?
Well,
changes by the season?
Well, no, I probably used to say data until Star Trek came along with Commander Data,
Yeah.
and his name became Data, and now I say data,
All right.
but I don't know if there's a right or wrong there. But data is plural.
Data
These
is
data. If it's only one piece of information, it's a datum.
a datum.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've learned something new at the very least. So these statistics are from the last 4 years, from 2013 to 2017, and we've taken the average. So the top 10 teams with the best power play percentage. And you'll notice something interesting here. There's a tie for 10th place. Now, I'm not going to go read all of the teams. I'm just going to do top 10, like the last video. Maybe I'll put the statistics of the whole list down in the comment section. However, interesting teams in here a little bit, because we did the power play, we saw some, or the penalty kill, we saw some interesting stuff in there, and there's some more interesting stuff in this one. So let's just jump into it. There's a four-way tie for number 10, for 10th position. Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton, and Tampa all are tied with 18.8% on the power play. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
And ninth is the New Jersey Devils at 18.9%. And eighth is the San Jose Sharks with 19.3%. So just to go back on New Jersey there, a team that's struggled the past 4 years shows up both on the top 10 penalty kill and the top 10 power play.
Yeah.
Interesting. These are the kinds of things that you find when you look at this stuff.
Yeah.
No one probably would have guessed that. So
I wouldn't have, because you would expect that a team that finishes number 10 in one category and number 9 in another would be in the top 16 in the league when it comes to getting into the playoffs. But it ain't happening for New Jersey.
it ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Okay, yeah, so I did San Jose at 8. Number 7 is the Chicago Blackhawks. No surprise here, 19.3. I guess they were tied with San Jose for 7th.
Okay.
Number 6, Columbus Blue Jackets, 19.5, so a very good power play team. Number 5, the Philadelphia Flyers, 20.2. Another great surprise here. Philadelphia didn't see them in the top 10 of the penalty kill, but here they are in the top 10 in the power play. So they're at 20.2%. Number 4 with the Boston Bruins, 20.5%, and they were in the top 10, I believe.
They were in 5th place in the penalty kill, and they're in 4th place in the power play.
Wow, so top 5 in both lists.
Top 5
Impressive.
in both, yeah.
Number 3, St. Louis Blues at 21.1%. And they're actually tied for 2nd with the Pittsburgh Penguins, who also have 21.1%. So technically, St. Louis has come 2nd in this list, best power play, and 1st in the best penalty kill.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. And number 1, I don't think this is a real shocker, Washington Capitals at a huge percentage jump here compared to the rest, 23.4%. Not surprising. Washington has always been a very, very good power play team in the last 10 years.
And I don't watch a lot of Washington hockey just because they're not often playing teams that I do watch, but I think they're one of the teams that feels quite free about taking someone like Ovechkin and putting him back on the point, basically having 5 forwards out there with that cannon.
He doesn't really stand on the point, he just stands on the outside of the circle
really.
and literally just stands there and watches the play. Oh, puck's coming to me, shoots, score.
Boom, yeah, in it goes. In his office, I guess.
Yeah, in his office. It's frustrating to watch, but it's also amazing to watch at the same time. Because it's like people the defense don't clue in.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to cover him, you're just going to let him sit there and blast cannons for every power play? Like,
there you
I don't get it. Anyways.
So Washington is 1st in the power play, and they're 7th in the penalty kill. So they're in the top 10 in both, and they're perennial President's Trophy conversation pieces. So that's something you'd expect, or maybe you'd expect even higher numbers, particularly on the penalty kill. But they're head and shoulders above the other teams in the power play.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. But the overall team that does best on both lists is St. Louis.
Yep, St. Louis, and I think probably followed by Boston.
Pittsburgh actually is next with a total of, they're in 4th place in the penalty kill, and they're tied for 2nd on the power play. So that puts them at the next highest range. Boston is not far behind, and Washington is actually Their great performance on the power play and their appearance on the top 10 in the penalty kill gets them up there too. Yeah.
It's not surprising to see Pittsburgh there. You can't really win a Stanley Cup without good special teams. So
that's right. And there are teams that aren't on both lists. Like, you talked about Philadelphia, Columbus, San Jose that are on this list. And then the teams that are on the other list that don't appear here are teams like Montreal, the Los Angeles Kings, and Carolina.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the last video, where there are more teams than not are only good at one thing and not good at both. Teams like Montreal, teams like Philadelphia, Columbus, like you said. So it's interesting to see the bit of a mix there.
Very.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brandon, for sending in these statistics. Like I said in the last video, we have tons of top 10 content here. So probably don't really need to suggest any. We have a whole list of stuff. Just be patient. It'll come out over the next couple months. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for sitting here and going through these with me. It was interesting to see.
It was very interesting. I enjoyed it.
If you're new to the channel, hope you can hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.